think it was a great game of Test cricket. Obviously, we were in a position to try and force a result, and we worked extremely hard to try and do that. But I think it's a huge positive step forward for us in the way in which we played Test cricket across those 4 days. I think, we can't hide from the fact that the previous tests before that, we didn't give a good account of ourselves, and I think it was a much more positive account of ourselves as a group and how, we're trying to evolve how we play Test cricket. I think, being in a position to declare in the first innings is something that we've not been familiar with, and that's something that we've spoken about a lot as a group, is to try and get a good first innings score on the board. So I think on the whole, we'd have liked to have come away with a result, a positive result, but I think we're proud of our efforts and pleased how we've sort of evolved and progressed in Test cricket. Yeah, I think so. I think what you did definitely see was the depth and the quality of both sides. I think, India batted a long way down, and you saw with Anya Shrubsole for us, we batted a long way down. I think it was nice to potentially open a few wounds to some of their middle order players that didn't get away. I guess it's nice for them, for us to have sort of thrown those punches early on a few of their players, but they also had some players that had some good success against us. So, we will go back to the drawing board and make sure that we can come hard at those players that did have some success. But to be honest, it's nothing different to what we thought coming into this series. We knew we were going to have to play well, and we're going to have to continue to play well because India are a good side. I think, yeah, like I say, there's certainly been some good little battles already, and I'm sure that'll definitely continue into the ODI series and the T20 series. I don't think we're far away at all. I think, we played some pretty good one-day cricket in New Zealand. I think over the last sort of year or so, we've played an awful lot of T20 cricket, obviously with the World Cup. That was the focus, and a lot of the, last summer we obviously only played T20 cricket against the West Indies. So I think there's a bit of a shift again to 50 over cricket for us as a group. Obviously with the World Cup on the horizon, and that's our focus at the minute. But I think, we're a very good side. We've got a lot of world-class players, and I think now it's a real start to build some momentum towards that World Cup and really grow this side to make sure that, we are very much closing the gap. Yeah, I think we were all quite pleasantly surprised, actually, of how we pulled up. It's obviously in the women's game, it's not something that you're hugely familiar with. I obviously can't speak from a bowling perspective. My body probably felt a little bit better than the bowlers that had some grueling shifts and some long spells. But we've had a really solid training block before this, and I think physically as a group we're in as good a shape as we've ever been in. Credit to our S&C who's pushed us extremely hard, and I think COVID's naturally given us good blocks of training because we've obviously not had as many tours as what we maybe would have had over the last year or so. So I think the bowlers were quite pleasantly surprised with how they've pulled up. We've had a good few down days and then getting nicely back into it for the ODIs. So, yeah, I think credit to them then the hard work that they've put in. But I think we were quite pleasantly surprised with how people pulled up and they're feeling pretty good. So that's a real positive. No, it's not a conversation that we've had so far. Nothing's really been spoken about in terms of selection for the first ODI as yet. We've obviously got training today and tomorrow, and I guess those conversations will be formed with, the selection team tomorrow. But nothing's been mentioned, obviously, at the minute. Yeah, and I can't hide from that. I'm pretty keen. I think there's no secret. I sort of lost my way the last sort of couple of years with trying to be probably a good team person and play lots of roles, but not do any of them particularly well, and not probably be true to myself in what I want to do and where I want to be. So the sort of last year or so, I've sort of gone back to what's familiar and tried to do that as well as I can, and that's open the batting. So yeah, if that opportunity arises, it's one that I would be massively excited for, and it's what I want to do, but it's not something that's been discussed as yet. They were massively accidental sixes, which are always nice when you don't mean to hit them, but you just get them out the middle quite nicely. Honestly, I've not really changed my approach to batting. Across, Test cricket, you get bowlers that bowl the channel, and you're obviously trying to be fairly disciplined in that channel. But I just, when bowlers come in straight, or they offer you, a shorter length, or a length that you can get after, it's no different. I've just tried to be focused and play to my instincts and trust my instincts, really. And, those two scenarios were just instinctive. They weren't I'm going to go out and be aggressive. And I've just really tried to trust myself and trust my game. And they were two shots that just happened to be instinctive that went for six, which was nice. Yeah, they're obviously two players that we will certainly do our work on. Shafali's a great young player. You know how she's going to play. She's going to come and be aggressive. I think with that, she will give opportunities. We saw in the first innings of the Test match, although she played nicely, she gave a few sort of close misses. So we know that we will get a chance. We know that we'll get an opportunity. It's probably about taking that if we get it early. And again, we'll be on a fresh wicket, maybe with a bit more pace in it, which might offer some different challenges for the way in which our bowlers can bowl. With Rana, she was very unknown to us. She performed really well. Obviously, in that format of the game, you're being a lot more conservative against spin, with a lot of people around the bat and a lot longer to try and bat. I think the way that we play our cricket in one-day cricket, we're a very good side against spin. So we'll certainly make sure that we do our homework on, and we have really good plans. But we also we know our strengths as a group, and we know that we historically play spin very well. So it's nice. We're looking forward to the change in format, and obviously being able to express yourself a little bit more.